What is going on, guys? HG Gundam here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the high-grade Rising Freedom Gundam from Gundam Seed Freedom. Developed based on the operational data of the Strike Freedom and technology from Orbit's Murasame, it serves as Kira Yamato's personal unit while he works under Compass to intervene in regional battles. This high grade comes with an all-new set of 11 runners and a daunting sticker sheet, and while the structure has some semblance to the All Gundam projects and later high-grade Cosmic Era kits, the exclusion of polycaps, implementation of the Seed Action System frame, and completely new armor pieces keeps everything fresh. The gate placement is fine, allowing for unnoticeable nub marks from a proper cleanup despite the rich and dark colors, while the plastic quality feels much higher compared to standard high-grade kits, akin to the likes of the high-grade Gundam Rose and real grade Freedom Gundam GCP, although the build does feature quite a few small parts and as a result feeling more involved compared to standard high-grade kits, including the sticker application. Overall, the Rising Freedom Gundam offers a unique and somewhat tricky high-grade experience. It would be recommendable to beginners, though I would advise caution with regards to the smaller pieces. Structurally speaking, due to the Seed Action System frame, the central mass and shoulders are incompatible with the universal high-grade standard, and while you can swap the head, legs, and backpack of other kits onto the Rising Freedom, with the addition of the shoulders from kits like the high-grade Cosmic Era Destiny and Infinite Justice and the waist unit of the Immortal Justice, trying to swap the legs onto kits other than the Immortal Justice will inevitably stress the socket, so don't do that even when the structure received minimal compromise. Another interesting part is the C-clip on the ankles. Thanks to the flat edges the clip assembles onto before rotating into place, it fixes the problem of stressing the clips from assembly while resulting in a rock-solid connection. A big shout out to Forklift from Discord for spotting it and making the diagram for a clearer explanation. With a sticker sheet as large as 17.8 by 10.9 centimeters, it would be interesting to take a look at the kits without any of them applied, and as you can see, it doesn't look like it's missing much besides the white trims on the wings. In fact, the color placement looks very similar to the original Freedom in this form, minus a few placement and color tone tweaks. Frankly, if the designers would have left it there, I don't think anybody would have complained. To anyone who wants to paint in the trims, however, some layered detail is generously provided for you in order to make things easier. With the stickers applied, and from a glance, they don't make that much of a difference despite the vast amount. They mainly focus on the eyes, head, and canopy sensors, the dark blue trims and red tops of the thrusters, and the white trims on the wings and small winglets, which makes the kit look pretty showy, but practically speaking, they're fine enough to get away with. Besides that, the proportions are pretty on point to the CGI model, while part separation is quite impressive as well, especially on the head and railguns. Blemishes like seam lines and nub marks are practically non-existent, while there is a healthy amount of surface detail to be brought out, aside from painting in the head vulcans, rib thrusters, and the insides of the knee vents. Though besides the lack of a sticker for the Compass logo, the major disappointment of the visuals is the blue itself, as it is completely off. It should have been in a steel blue when what we've got is more of a fun blue. Sure, the high-grade Rising Freedom has a phenomenal visual foundation, but erroneous color choices and the over-designed source material will make perfecting the visuals a hassle. The Seed Action System provides the foundation of the articulation, starting from the hinged ball-jointed head that has incredibly wide moving range and a full rotation if you can clear the collar. The shoulders are on two moving axes in the ball joint, providing a far frontwards reach and upwards arm raise, besides the standard rolling and rotation, as well as a locking mechanism if you catch the joint in the armor. The shoulder armor and thrusters are independent. There's a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and ball jointed wrists. The hinged peg and ratcheted C-clip at the abs are capable of crazy crunches in all directions, while the ball jointed waist pushes that further, as well as rotate all the way. Front and side skirts can move, while the legs can drop down individually to further clear them for kicks towards all directions, or the full side splits if the railguns are out of the way. Sadly, the beam saber holsters are static. There's a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, a ball jointed ankle armor piece that moves with the double hinged ball jointed feet with a moving toe. Finally, the canopy can move, the thrusters can swivel up and down, and be pulled out to unlock the ball joint, while the wings can rotate at the base, flap in and out, with the option to tug the joints out for further range, and open up on individual hinges alongside the beam cannons. As a whole, the Seed action system isn't just for show, providing the Rising Freedom with some of the best articulation a high grade has to offer, backed up by the solid core structure. Though it is incredibly back heavy, and the size of the backpack lends it to easily being knocked off and loosening up as a result. Accessory wise, the Rising Freedom starts with a pair of holding hands and a left open hand. Weapons begin with the Vrshina beam sabers stored on the side skirts. They slide into the hands for use with the included beams, and can be combined end to end into a double-sided sword if necessary. But even though they won't fall out of the holsters, they're quite loose in there as time goes on. Next is the high energy beam rifle, with stickers for the blue trims and the scope. It can be sandwiched into the hands for use in mid-range combat, or stored on the back skirt with a side-mounted peg. For defense, one such option is the Flash Edge G3 Shield Boomerang. It plugs onto either forearm with a mount and can be adjusted on a ball joint, while the gauntlet can readjust the Gundam H style to alter the shield's position. Alternatively, flipping it upside down and deploying its somewhat loose wings activates the beam boomerang gimmick with provided effect parts, and it can be displayed separately with the use of a clamp from the Action Base 7. Sadly, the one from the Action Bases 4 and 5 do not work due to the pinchers not being rounded, so the best alternative is to display it with a mobile armor mode adapter, Immortal Justice style. While that's gone, the Invictus beam shield can activate in its place with the use of an effect part. It's molded with a polarized resin for a greater blue shine, and is sandwiched between the arm guard and the emitter piece when in use. Of course, it would not be the Freedom Gundam without the wing and hip cannons. The Hyper Impulse Gun Sturmsvaha on the wings can swing up for use, and a fold is included for their use while the wings are open, while the Viper 3 railguns on the hips can fold up and extend to fire. Couple them with the rifle and you'll have the full burst pose. Lastly, the Rising Freedom has a mobile armor mode, achieved by swinging the canopy over the head, extending the wings and thruster module downwards, unfolding the winglets on the canopy and shins, folding the toes, opening the shield trim to mount the rifle, then plugging the assembly onto the kit with an adapter, which provides a new hole for action-based display. I honestly have nothing positive to say about this form, as it is akin to the Gundam Elo Booster's alt mode, being laughably childish and feeling unbelievably shoehorned. It's just the mobile suit lying on its face while wearing a traffic cone on its head in a vain attempt to pretend to be a plane. A new Gundam title often means a blank slate for the model kit side to start anew for respective opinions to build upon, and for the most part, the high-grade Rising Freedom Gundam does take advantage of the new beginning, and what resulted is fundamentally an astounding high grade. The part separation justifies its higher price point, the Seed action system provides superior articulation as advertised, and the weapons and gimmicks all work as they should, with a minor hiccup or two like the loose beam saber storage and the shield wings. However, the overcomplicated source design and impractical backpack do affect the building and posing experiences, especially if you're one that values anime accuracy and or plays with your model kits. Be it by fault of the design or the engineering, those aspects are undoubtedly letdowns no matter how easy they are to fix. For every merit the high-grade Rising Freedom has, there's always a demerit to counteract it, and ultimately, I would just leave it up to you to make the purchase decision for yourself. And that's all for me. Thank you for watching, drop a like and comment if you did enjoy the video, subscribe for more content like this, and feel free to follow me on social media with the links down below. That said, take it easy, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out guys, bye bye.